Should I watch from the timestamp? Oh, Louisoix, dude. Louisoix. Whoa. Go to the beginning. Do I watch the whole thing? Let's just watch this. The waking. Oh, okay.
Eorzea, a land embraced by gods and forged by heroes.
Is this Louisoix?
The bountiful ether that flows through this lush realm has ensured the peace and prosperity of its peoples for generations. But peace was never wont to last. The Garlean Empire began to amass a mighty army, hoping to wrest control over the realm and her resources.
Okay.
And in the year 1557 of the 6th Astral Era, the Empire's metal-clad warriors commenced their march south. Resistance was mounted, but to little avail, and it was not long before the city-state of Ala Mhigo fell. Unsatisfied with their prize, the Garleans pressed on towards the heart of Eorzea. With their colossal dreadnought, the Agrius, at the fore, the Imperial army arrived.
That is a big fucking ship, dude. How do they manage that? Because that was like the key to their conquest. Silvertear Falls.
At Silvertear Falls,
look at that.
Only to find Midgard Zorma, keeper of the lake, awoken from a centuries-long slumber. Nor was he alone.
Have I been told what Midgardsormr is? Like, whether it's a primal or an elder primal or what? Have I been told that? No?
Fierce aerial contest ensued twixt machine and dragon, at the close of which the invincible Imperial fleet was put to rout. This would come to be known as the Battle of Silvertear Sky. To add to the Garleans' woes, they found that the beast tribes native to Eorzea had somehow regained the ability to summon their long-dormant gods, the primals.
Regained the ability. I didn't know that they had lost the ability to do it for a while. Am I tripping? They regained the ability to summon their long-dormant gods, the primals. But when? Obviously not before Bahamut. Or, yes, before Bahamut, right? But I wonder what allowed that. Because this whole thing happened before Bahamut. Interesting. Okay.
To summon their long-dormant gods, the primals. Lacking the means to slay these undying beings, the Empire called a halt to its planned conquest and withdrew behind the walls of Ala Mhigo. And after 5 long years of strife, the flames of war died down, leaving only embers which smoldered quietly as the Garleans licked their wounds and the beast tribes tested the limits of their newfound power. It was thus that Eorzea slipped into the Age of Calm, during which an uneasy peace prevailed. The age, however, was anything but calm. In their wisdom, Eorzea's leaders established a network of guilds for the greater good of the realm. The members of these guilds were to devote themselves to no single material or martial craft, but endeavor to embrace all that they might better serve the realm's immediate need. They would be called simply adventurers. It was not until 1572, 10 summers removed from their defeat at Mor Dona, that the Garleans finally broke their silence. Gaius van Belsar, architect of the fall of Ala Mhigo, was joined then by Nael van Darnus, their legions combining to form a force the like of which eorzean had never seen. And just as quickly as the conquest had ended,
wait.
so it...
What was this guy's name again? Nael van Darnus.
Belsar, architect of the fall of Ala Mhigo, was joined then by Nael van Darnus, their legions combining to form a force the like of which eorzean had never seen. And just as quickly as the conquest had ended, so it began anew. To ready themselves for the coming conflict, the city-states of Limsa Lominsa, Gridania, and Ul'dah reinstated the Grand Companies, organizations with executive power to call upon the sum of the Commonwealth's military and economic might.
Okay. Nice.
The Grand Companies, in turn, sought the aid of adventurers, knowing that they could not withstand the aggression of two armies and the emboldened beast tribes alone. It was around this time that a well-meaning scholar from the city-state of Charlian, one Louisoix Levalure, word to eorzean.
Levalure. Yo, thank you so much, Himmelblauer. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Appreciate that. Welcome, everybody, to the Garden Sprouts. Enjoy your time here. Thank you so much for gifting. What's this video? Here, I'll link it.
New threat.
This is a great video. Hold on.
Bore word to eorzean's leaders of the advent of a new threat.
Hubris is... Wait, hold on. In this case, the message is painfully clear. Hubris is as much your enemy as the foe who stands before you. Anything less than complete, focus upon the task at hand, and you will be made to pay the self-same price as these poor fools. If you understand this and still wish to proceed, hand me the Inferno Flame.
So sooner. It was my belief that if the primals were suffered to remain, they would seek out and devour the realm's crystals, draining the planet of its very lifeblood, and condemning her children to a fate worse than death.
It was my belief that if the primals were suffered to remain, they would consume all the crystals, draining the planet of its very lifeblood, and condemning her children to a fate worse than death. Okay.
The planet of its very lifeblood, and condemning her children to a fate worse than death. Moved by my words, adventurers set out to slay the primals and thereby release the hoarded ether that it might be returned to the planet. However, 7th Legion Legatus Nael van Darnus envisioned a different solution to the primal dilemma.
Slumbering emperors of old Alagos surely returning the so I not blame you for the forefathers' negligence. Hold on. Or maybe to explain it as if am I to a child of Dalamud.
Meteor.
These heathen lands shall be bathed in crimson brilliance. Only then, when the seal is broken, shall I have labored long to accomplish with meteor. Oh. Shall all I have labored long to accomplish with meteor shall come to pass.
Complex
So Nael van Darnus was responsible for Meteor and Bahamut.
Scheme employing arcane magics and lost technologies to summon.
This is 1570 what? 1572. Wait, so hold on a second. Nael van Darnus did this. He was responsible for Meteor because that's how he wanted to deal with the primals. He would just summon an elder primal to take him out. Neil didn't know Bahamut was Rip. Is that spoiler? Rip. He doesn't know Meteor is Bahamut. He wanted to wipe out the beast tribes with it. But he didn't. Oh, he didn't know. He literally tried to Planet X us. He literally tried to. He was just trying to drop the moon. He didn't know that Bahamut was inside of it. Okay. This is interesting. Did the Alligans put Bahamut in the moon?
Meteor, a complex scheme employing arcane magics and lost technologies to...
Okay, I need to write that down.
Meteor, a complex scheme employing arcane magics...
Lost technologies. Sounds like Alligans. I wonder if the Alligans had people with the Echo in a connection to Hydaelyn too.
Magics and lost technologies to summon the planet's lesser moon down to Eorzea with the aim of annihilating all the realm in one fell stroke. Dalamud,
I'm gonna write that down too.
Celestial body was commonly known, was discovered to be a machine launched...
Yeah, I read that part of the dialogue. Deeds done for the good of all are rarely seen for what they are, thus I am styled the villain. I have accepted my lot and do what I must. As must you, adventurer. Let your fears and desires spur you to action and struggle for all your worth.
As the celestial body was commonly known, was discovered to be a machine launched into the planet's orbit by the lost Allagan Empire several millennia before.
Dalamud's a giant power plant, basically. But if Bahamut was inside of Dalamud the whole time, was it actually Bahamut that was the power plant? I don't know. I've not done Coils.
To aid them in tackling this new threat, the Grand Companies turned to the talents of Master Engineer and Guardian Defector, Sid Garland.
Whoa,
But while he scrambled to fathom the...
Is Dalamud absorbing Garuda's essence right here? Is that what's happening in front of me right now? Is that what I'm seeing?
This new threat, the Grand Companies turned to the talents of Master Engineer and Guardian Defector, Sid Garland.
What the fuck? Such a wondrous radiance, both magnificent and terrible. Truly the soul can harbor no doubt that this is the light of creation.
Darnus's plan, its wheels were already in motion.
Even you must recognize that.
A massive fortress dubbed Castro Nova now stood at the heart of...
GDYD with a prime sub a few minutes ago, and GDYD83 gifting 20 fucking subs to the channel. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. That is huge. We've had a couple 20 gifts at the start since the beginning of the stream. This is fucking crazy. Thank you very much.
Eorzean, defending a transmitter which would be used to call down Dalamud. The Grand Companies independently strove to destroy the outpost, but each was forced to concede that no single city-state possessed sufficient strength to breach its iron walls. Now recognizing the futility of standing alone against such a threat, the companies put aside their differences and consolidated their forces under the banner of the Eorzean Alliance.
Yes, we did.
Thus united, the city-states began to move against the mad Legatus.
I know, she's always pointing her gun at people. This is 1.0 recap, yes.
At the behest of this new confederation, adventurers from across the realm infiltrated Castrum Novum, located the heavily guarded transmitter, and destroyed it. Alas, the White Raven took flight before they could subdue him.
Ooh, he's scary looking. Whoa.
Worse, his twisted game was still afoot. Applying ill-gotten knowledge, he activated a second signal from beneath Kurthus, a signal so powerful it fractured the land, hurling vast boulders into the air where they remained suspended.
Ill-gotten knowledge.
Signal from beneath
I wonder
Kurthus.
if the Astians were in on that.
A signal so powerful it fractured the land, hurling vast boulders into the air where they remained suspended.
I mean, the Astians would want Dalamud, right? They would want Project Meteor to be successful, right? O benevolent moon of purification, that thou shouldst choose me, thy humble servant, as thy beacon to guide thy coming. Mine entire being shivers with boundless bliss. The hour of cleansing is at hand. I wonder how he came to the realization, or how he found out that he was like the chosen or whatever. Thou shouldst choose me as the beacon to guide thy coming. What is this place? I just get the weird feeling that Astians had something to do with this. The hour of cleansing is at hand. May complete thy descent and purge this land of its taint.
In one final effort to end Nail's plan, the Alliance selected a small party of their best warriors and bid them ride Sid Garland's airship, the Enterprise, to the floating islands of Rivenroad.
Rivenroad? Oh, that's what this place is called?
Of reckoning.
I shall rend their bodies asunder and adorn thy sanctuary with their flesh and bones. Oh my fucking god. Come, beasts, rejoice. For by your deeds shall your lives find purpose in bringing glory to our Lord and Master. What the fuck is this guy talking about? He's talking about Bahamut? Do Coils, Pyro. I know, dude. I know. Zavala. Tempered by Dalamud. Could be. It's Sylvanas, of course.
As if foretold, the chosen few succeeded in slaying the White
As if foretold. Yep. Probably was.
Here we go again.
Beastmage taking the 2 months. What the fuck? Wait a second. Mortals in material realm die. Spirits dissolve into the flow of aether and return to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life. It's just interesting because his whole body goes away, but I don't know. I don't know if there's significance to that. It's just something I noticed. Oh, you can literally see it going. I didn't even notice that. You can literally see it. Okay.
And the day went to the Alliance.
Interesting.
But the celebration proved short-lived, as it soon became clear that Darnus' death had not served to slow Dalamud's descent. Impact was imminent. The 7th Umbral Era was about to begin, an age of suffering. No course remained, save one. To perform a summoning, not unlike those practiced by the beast tribes, yet on a far grander scale, to seek the power of the 12. The price of such a deed would be great, and could have grave consequences for the planet, but the Alliance could not deny my reasoning. It was the only way.
But it still wasn't enough, right?
In preparation, I entreated the realm's adventurers to pray at holy monuments, in hopes that their prayers might stir the slumbering gods. I, meanwhile, proceeded to the Coils plains, where Dalamud was predicted to fall, and began the rite. The 7th Legion, oblivious to their fallen leader's dark intentions, had also begun gathering in central Eorzea. Ordered to defend their lives, they fought not knowing that victory would bring them death as assuredly as defeat. And amid the ensuing carnage, the curtain began to rise upon the 7th Umbral Era. The people of Eorzea could only watch in horror as vast fragments of the falling satellite peeled away and rained down upon the land, wreaking untold devastation. At Coils, both sides fought with a frenzy unmatched, neither giving the other any ground.
To all of my children, to whom death has destroyed.
Adventurers plied their blades till their lungs burned, chanted spells till they grew hoarse. They fought without regard for their own lives, thinking only to save those of others. but it was all for naught. Overhead, the moon's skin of stone and steel disintegrated to reveal an elder primal free of his ancient prison. A great roar announced the completion of Dalamud's metamorphosis. Bahamut had awoken. The front lines dissolved as allegiances were forgotten, and both friend and foe fled as one. Enraged after eons of duress, Bahamut vented his fiery wrath upon eorzean. And despair gripped the realm. Yet in the midst of the darkness, there was yet light, a divine radiance punctuating the gloom. Manifestation of the prayers of 1,000,000 souls beseeching the 12 for one thing: salvation. And for a moment, it seemed that the gods would answer. A prison of pure light formed around the raging primal and began to bleed the ether from his being.
Whoa, hold up. That's interesting.
Ether from his being. Alas, the wrath of Bahamut could not long be contained. My plan had failed, yet I could not allow those few heroes who still fought for me to pay the price of my failure. So I summoned what was left of my strength and sent them into an ethereal rift.
Recognize that symbol? Oh, Althic, change space and time. So Louisoix uses the power of Althic to create this rift.
There they would remain, untouched by the passing of the seasons, until it was safe to return. To a realm reborn.
Nice. If you have a 1.0 character and play a Realm Reborn, you can see it get out of the rift in the intro instead of the intro that I got. So how was that for some background on eorzean 1.0? That was awesome, actually. Yeah, that was fucking awesome. That was actually so useful, dude. I got 2 whole pages of notes out of that. Just in that one video, I got 2 whole pages. Nice.